It's cute.
It was curly wavy hair too. So
Are we here, guys? I don't know. It said we live on there.
watch live now. It says watch live.
Hey guys. Dashboard.
It says I'm in the show and everybody can see and hear me. So let's do it. Yes.
Y'all see us? Oh, we live. Hey guys.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Okay, so somebody sees us. We were just doing a live review of episode 10 because we're not in the same city or even the same state. So we was like, okay, we're going to record it. We might as well go live because we don't have to do any editing. But anyways, we're here to review season 13, episode 10, Married at First Sight.
Yes. India, you can call out the couples we go through since we're not in person.
Yeah, we usually watch it together, but we are not together.
Yes.
My lighting is bad. Sorry, guys. The sun is going down. Okay, so first, I have Michaela and Zach first. Y'all want to talk about Michaela and Zach first?
I could do that.
Michaela and Zach?
Okay. So
he went to work out with his friend first, Michelle.
He did, but he was talking to 15 seconds slower. They're gonna hear you. Thanks. I can't. Oh God, here we are.
Hey, Michelle's friend.
I'm sorry.
We hear you.
I can't. Live are the best, right?
Anyways, Michaela and Zach were first because Zach went to go talk to his friend in the gym. And
I was talking to his friend like his friend didn't already know. I was like, this felt very staged.
It very staged, and something is honestly wrong with Zach, y'all.
Yeah, this episode, I mean, I'm not necessarily
he's childish,
but what did he think marriage was gonna be?
I don't know, but when he started breaking down crying, I was like, I'm gonna need you to shut them up and man up.
And okay, so the girl, we know she got short fuse and she has knee-jerk reactions. But if the girl has really been trying not to, like, why are you still holding this against her and bringing it up? And I 100% understood what her problem was with their most recent issue where he went home and then called her and said, I'm not coming. I would have not been happy either. And I feel like it was either a test or two, he knew he did not want to stay the night with her and he went home just so he could make that excuse.
Yeah, I think he's checked out. And so them tears and stuff, that's just from him like being overwhelmed because he knows he's gonna look like the bad guy at this point. Mm-hmm. That's what that is, because you sitting up there crying and doing all these theatrics. I was like, is he gaslighting her? Like at this point, you seem manipulative.
Yeah, Viviana was not here for it. She was like, okay, you don't trust her. You're scarred. Like you're scarred. Like
yeah. And if that is something that is a deal breaker for you, which I think he was kind of trying to say, like, I'm not past it, but then he was saying we're working on it. It's like, which one is it? Because if you're really like, we're just gonna do this, get the money, then don't leave Michaela on.
And be upfront and honest. Like the one thing about this whole season, multiple people have done it, is like everybody, as soon as they don't like something, they leave. And I just feel like
it's that's like what people are saying on the comments.
Being able to fall back and go home is you're not really in this process. Like you're not trying to make this work. It's not okay. Like there needs to be ground rules. The couples need to say, look, we will sleep in this apartment every night. Like no matter.
But they ain't had ground rules since in DC when that other Zach ain't never even stayed with her.
Right.
Mindy. They don't have anything. He's not ready, but also he's 27. So
that's the other thing, is that she's 35, and I do feel like, isn't she 35?
No, she cannot be 35. How old is Michaela, y'all?
No, she's 30. You're right. She's 30. She's 30. He's 27, and then everybody else I think is 35.
Yeah, everybody else is older. You can tell they're so childish. Both of them are childish.
They're both childish, but I was not mad at her. She handled this episode well, so I'm really looking forward to whenever she goes off. We know, like it's now
even.
It's even.
Mm-hmm. Although I think he's acting like this because he's totally checked out. I did want to watch Unfiltered, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't have time, y'all. I barely.
And I said, Michaela, he don't want you, girl. When he started crying, I said, do not fall for that. That is what they do.
I was crying because
I bet you he an Aries too.
But who's Aries?
Zach.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What y'all think Zach's sign is, y'all? Some of y'all probably know, but there ain't that many people in here. But
okay, so what else is there? Okay, so he had them go to their friend's house that had a.
It was nice. They look cute.
It was cute. They were doing, and then when she asked, like, "Do you see a future for us?" He was like, "No."
And that confused me because he literally had just said like they were trying, and they look cute when they're together.
Yeah.
When they're together, they fit each other well. They seem to both be pretty fun and nice, and they was joking a little bit. And then he just was like, "No, I don't see it."
He's very immature in thinking that marriage.
Ooh, they say he's an Aries or Gemini, honey. Ooh.
It's immature for him to think that they weren't going to have differences and that they weren't going to have to work on things. Mm-hmm. And he say, I thought marriage was going to be, I thought it was. So it's like, did he just get in this for the check? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
I don't think so. I believed him when he said he really want to be married, but like somebody said in our comments, him and Ryan think marriage is la la land, fairy tale, and it's not. Yeah. Like you thought it was just gonna be somebody you connected with, and then there were no issues, and you never had to get over anything.
Zach got on my nerves this episode. Not even gonna lie, like
Zach is terrible. But also Michaela got on my nerves when she was like, "Oh, basically, I just had an infraction. I just made a mistake." But I'm like, that is kind of who you are to the core. So your family said that, so that's not I made a mistake and I didn't call you, or I made a mistake and I yelled. Like you're like that because your family said that you blow up, Michaela.
That's the
so you can cry, but you might be acting. Huh?
He doesn't know that. Like he doesn't know. He doesn't have enough experiences with her to prove it, but he does have enough. It seems like enough experiences in life or with people to know that when people are like that, they probably change, and that's kind of where he's coming from on this. But just be upfront. Like I don't know. Zach was playing a little bit.
Somebody said there's wanting to be married and understanding being married, and that is very true.
Yeah, and it was very.
And he's a Libra.
Oh, that actually does make sense. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. But he is. I give him credit for basically being like, look, this is not okay with me, and he has boundaries. And Viviana said that, like he has boundaries. So I am all like I feel like that makes sense. But I'm not here for you playing games and then basically testing her. Like you say to the house and get the Apple TV and then calling back and saying I'm tired. Like, no, bro. Like, yeah, maybe that was the case, but you already have a track record of like not following through. And that's
true.
Okay.
Anything else on them?
I feel like, and I just watched it this morning or this afternoon too. But no, I
did too. I watched it this morning.
That's it.
All right. Next, I got Brett and Ryan. We were talking about them a little bit, but basically same thing. Ryan do not like Brett at all.
And he thinks that marriage is he's like, oh, I'm waiting for these butterflies, which, okay, so I didn't like the fact that Viviana told him that he's not supposed to be like overly sexually attracted to his wife. Like, I guess the action of wanting to walk in and
make out. I think that's what she's talking about. Like it's gonna be from a movie.
But to me, like there are lots of people that have very strong, like you have strong attraction that you're dating, and you do want to jump their bones, and you do want to see, like, when you
not jump their bones, honey.
Oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like what he's asking for is not unreasonable. What he's saying is that he's not attracted to her in a way that makes him want to just jump all over her. But he
has an issue with that because he is the same one that continues to date people for 2-3 months. I think he does think he's going to always, he's like Zach. They're not willing to go through anything. So of course you want that initial attraction, initial feeling, but then stuff happens that makes you unattracted to them.
Yeah. I was going to say, honestly, if he can like her for her personality and for like the connection, then they'll be way better off because
exactly right.
Attraction comes and goes, and people you don't like, they're not attractive anyway.
Somebody said Ryan is delusional about what he has to offer visually.
That's tea, because he really is not that. Like when Oh, but here's the thing. Brett made me annoyed too when they did the yoga. Like, girl, if he is not feeling you physically and you're getting an opportunity to be sexy and to give, why are you playing? You are 35 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Had sex 2 years ago. You know what sexual attraction is, and you're sexually attracted. She said she was attracted to him.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't you be sexy, do something that makes him be attracted to you?
Maybe she don't care, child. She's trying to act like she do. But when she started crying and we're talking to Dr. Vivian, I was like, oh, that's so sad. Poor Brett. I ain't mad at Ryan though, besides the fact that honestly, Brett, you don't want Ryan. Ryan ass is a goddamn I don't know what he is, but you don't want him, child.
He is.
What my notes say?
That they have enough commonalities. Like, they say that they have fun together, but I don't think they have enough commonalities to keep them together.
I don't think so either, because Ryan is a proud boy. He was probably up there on that Capitol.
He may have been in DC on the 6th.
Mm-hmm, on the 6th. Ryan is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Well, if that's the case, then they got bigger fish to fry than sexual attraction, because there's no, like, she's definitely Black Lives Matter. So
oh yes, she is Black Lives Matter. She's very left and he's very right wing. So you don't want him no way, girl. Don't worry about him not being attracted to you because you are so cute.
Yeah, she is cute. I think she's really cute. She's a good pick for the show. She just wasn't a good pick for Ryan.
Yeah, she was decent for the show. She seems pretty mature and stuff. So it really does suck, but I don't think there's no hope for that.
Last week I said that Gil and Brett were gonna get together, but I don't still think that. But they probably could work.
You think so?
I do. Okay. Well, okay. So back to people leaving. So the reason why I said that about people leaving is because Ryan left too. He said he needed to spend a few days by himself, and I understood what he was getting at. And he said he came back and he had the right idea, but we already seen the previews that said that one of her friends seen him on a dating site.
Yeah. So, whoa, almost fell. Ooh.
Face. Period. Like, he just needed to be out of her presence so that he could.
Yeah, so he could swipe left, swipe right, honey. Swipe right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was swiping, and that's the problem. It's like people are saying, "I need to leave and get away because I need time." They don't need time.
Please look at Tam's comment. She's also Black Matter, Black Eggplant Matter.
Yeah. That's why I said.
Well, somebody has said that she wanted a black man, so
yeah.
I mean, that.
And she and Michaela talked. Like, didn't they have a conversation where she was asking about how Zach was and stuff? Yeah,
so, kind of the same thing. Like, they both they doing what they want to do.
They are. So
Ryan is no attraction, and then with Zach, he just childish and he couldn't take the heat and he got out the kitchen.
Yeah, he's already written Michaela off. That's the problem, is that Zach has written her off.
That's why he crying like that, because he know it's for him, it's like it's no coming back, and for her that doesn't make her feel comfortable. Not to say what she did was right, but at this point, what are we doing? I need to know, are we in it or we not? You know what I mean?
Yep. So
Ryan wants to be a serial dater. That's true. And I think he wants those initial attractive feelings, have some good sex for the first couple months, and then he's out.
Like, you don't have a foundation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So next couple.
Rachel and should we go do Rachel's? Let's do Bow and Johnny.
Let's do Bow and Johnny.
Okay, Bow and Johnny. Oh, I was so sad when Bow was talking about how she grew up, honey, in that dilapidated. Michelle gone. Back. Where is my friend?
Sorry, I'm back. Oh shoot.
Hey friend, you're not on video. Oh, there you go. When she was in that dilapidated trailer, honey, and she was scared, and her daddy was an alcoholic harassing all the mothers and wives in the neighborhood. I said, wow, that's very rough.
Yeah, that was tough. Like, so both of them have difficult childhoods as far as their fathers are concerned. We knew that from get-go, because they did talk about that earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like like Johnny needs to be leaning in on this. Like,
yeah,
be there with him on this journey that he's having.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not, I don't know why he's fighting it. He didn't fight it this episode. They definitely talked about their sexual attraction. They did their
he be looking at her butt and stuff, like, Johnny, please.
Eyes. They definitely.
And did you hear Johnny say he be looking at her like he can't wait to get in there, or he be in there.
Yeah, so that was the thing, is that he's looking at her like, at first it didn't seem like he was attracted to her at all, and now it's like, oh, just they want all the sex. But she said she wanted to explore more, so he's a little too vanilla for her. She's not down.
Yeah, they still having that vanilla sex that he enjoys, honey. That basic Caucasian sex.
Mm-hmm.
But they Asian, so how that work?
The Asian sex, Caucasian, Asian, I don't care.
The Asian part.
But I will say they were the least exciting this episode. Like I wasn't paying attention that much.
Yeah, I don't have that many notes on them. I was thinking like, dang, they might make it. They look like they're turning the leaf. So Johnny's so surface level too to me. I don't know, something about Johnny. He's very basic.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, no matter what though, these guys really came through at the end. We're gonna talk about Rachel and Jose.
Ooh, somebody said transition. He finished and she didn't. That's probably what it is.
That is too. And
Johnny, you want to get up in there, but is you doing what you got to do? Are you warming up the car before you drive it?
Right, because as soon as Viviana said something about it, she was like, but there's still some things we can do.
He probably don't do oral. Anyway.
I was thinking that too, but okay, whatever.
Anyway.
Their sex life. That's the case.
Y'all, I'm falling so low. I'm trying to sit up, but I look like a little peanut down here. Okay, let me try to figure out how to get up. Hold on, y'all. My leg falling asleep. I'm sitting on my leg. Okay. Anyways, the next couple we have is Mirla and Gil, and then it's just Rachel and Jose. So Mirla and Gil. Y'all be standing Mirla, and I don't understand it. I never will. Mirla didn't want to play the games. Mirla gave him 2 packs, and that was supposed to be something. Mirla is doing the basic, and she's drifting through.
But then she wants this man to say they're going to be.
Yes, and I'm so happy he said, no, just because that's what you want. You can't get everything you want, Miss Missy, because you're not sacrificing the shit.
You're not giving. And so I do think that there are some moments that show that they do have a connection, like that they are connecting. Like this episode actually made me think, like, what if they do stay together? I really don't think they are, but I just
that's true. Like, he seemed like he's able to deal with it, but I don't know why.
Me either. And
the personality is not giving either. So what is it?
But nobody should have to beg like he's begging. Like it's just like every time he's talking about it. And then the fact that he come and talk about guess who got a kiss, like that's pathetic.
Somebody said, I love Mirla. I like Mirla. She's comedic relief. Is that sarcasm?
She funny acting. I don't know. Funny.
She's not funny, but she was like, I ain't doing none of this. Don't even ask me. I ain't mad at her though. At least she's stuck beside her values.
Beside her, she always sticks beside. Like she has no compromise. And then when she said that she has more patience now than she used to have, he was like, how much did you used to have?
But she also mentioned kissing people on the 3rd date, and it's been weeks. So that means you don't like him. It's one thing if you're not going to be kissing and dry humping on camera or at your wedding. I probably would do the same thing. I'm pretty conservative, but you aren't even kissing him in private when you guys have little intimate moments. You don't like him. Why would he say yes to staying married to you at this point?
And why would you want to stay married to him at this point? That's the thing. Like, what?
She don't want to be rejected, but she keep rejecting him.
So I thought that their exercise was pretty good because of the fact that it made them be more intimate, that she made them get closer in proximity, physical proximity than they probably usually do. You know, she puts up these walls, and I don't know. Like, okay, so when they were talking to Viviana, like
Alyssa, Alyssa said she wants to say she has a husband, no intention about putting in work to be a wife.
Right, and that's the thing is like there's so many things that she doesn't necessarily contribute to the relationship, like as far as like being willing to compromise, like trying new things, doing things wants to do, like being thoughtful and considerate. And even though you don't think he should have chocolate chip cookies, get him cookies anyway. Like it's like she just like wears him down. They wear each other down. Like
but he seems to not be that affected by it. So maybe we're missing something.
Or maybe that's why they are a good match, because he is not bothered by the things that she does. It doesn't bother him the way that it would bother somebody else.
Yeah. I still don't think they're gonna stay married.
I don't either, but I definitely had a little bit more of a tinge of hope this episode, for real.
Yeah, she just was a drag per usual.
So then what was I gonna say? Was there anything?
So why are they not gonna talk about him being poor no more? They just gonna stop?
I would actually appreciate if they stopped talking about money, because honestly, it don't look like Mirla got money. So why are we talking about it? The only thing that she got money is that she wearing Gucci sneakers that don't even like that. She's not fly at all. Like nothing about her style is dope. So why are we talking about money that she wasting? And why is she always bringing up, oh, they was sitting there on the couch looking at her phone, shoes. She was like, aren't these so cute? Like, you know this man you know he gonna look at the price tag. You know he don't like shoes and clothes and bags. So you just gonna bring up this conversation for the camera. So maybe part of this is just for the cameras. Because it just don't make sense to be talking about it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, last but not least, can you see the comments?
Because I'm in StreamYard.
Oh, darn.
And
I can see the comments on StreamYard, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I go out of StreamYard. I don't think I can. I have to.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. So, okay. Tam said Mirla is tacky. Somebody said Mirla is Alabama. Who is EB? You must be from DC.
Yeah.
And then Tam said, how you materialistic and tacky? That I don't know. Well, a lot of people are. But anyway, the main event, y'all, the ones y'all been waiting for. Boom! Jose and Rachel.
Yo, they was all in love last week, y'all. They couldn't.
Rachel said, I'm not in love no more. I said, Rachel, are you 5 years old?
She said, I'm delivered. I didn't say no more. I was like,
dog, what the is wrong with Josh? Jose.
Okay, but remember in the comments last week, somebody said that he is a member of the Red Pill group, which
y'all know what the Red Pill group is? Please Google that.
Google it. It's a subreddit. It's a Reddit group. I guess it's a sub, and it's all these men that are like machismo, very sexist, insecure. Like it is literally Jose to a T. And I was like, "Ooh, she's onto something." I mean, I think she was saying like he probably is, but she's onto something because his response to Rachel. Well, obviously, do we have to talk about anything else except for the fight?
No, that is it. Like that was pretty much the whole thing.
I spent the whole episode waiting for the fight. Let's be clear.
I thought that then I was like, this didn't happen like this. We're missing something.
I know we were.
And then when they showed it, I was like, my God, today.
Jose showed his whole ass. And then want to lie to the men, talking about, and the men was like,
most of them already knew, because even Ryan knew that she said Johnny, because clearly Ryan and Brett talk. And she was banging on their door at 1 a.m. So basically, y'all know they got in a big old fight. Yeah. And he was sitting, and what was the producer living in there with them? I was very confused.
The producer was just there
to mediate. But she on pajama bottoms. And I said, girl.
No, Brittany, the producer, was there trying because she was tired and it was late. You know, it was 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, true. And she had her pajama.
He locked the door at 1 a.m. So like everybody.
So they get in a fight because she called him another man's name. I could see you being irritated by that. That has happened, I'm sure, to a lot of people that are going to be watching this.
We talked about it last week because we're upcoming, and we know you're in a relationship with someone for a month. And if you are talking to them and you are excited or emotional or anything, you might call on somebody's name that recently, in the last 3 months,
6 months, right?
Because that person made you emotional or that person pissed you off. Like that's really what this comes down to. Or maybe just it was literally a Freudian slip or a slip of the tongue. Like you just, no matter what, we have not known each other that long.
And it's a mistake. I would put that in the back of my mind, like, okay, is this somebody she's thinking about? Okay, let me put that on my radar. But honestly, y'all known each other for a month.
And it wasn't during sex.
And it wasn't during sex. Right, exactly. It could have been she cracking up and she called you another person's name that made her laugh about the same thing. And it's like, okay, of course that's uncomfortable. We're grown, y'all. We are grown. You gonna break up with somebody because they accidentally called you somebody else's name? No.
Into a friend for women. Have y'all ever been talking to a guy friend and be like, girl, because you are so into your story that you feel like you're talking to one of your homegirls, or it's just that's what you say when you're talking to somebody? Like, I just feel like it was just a slip. It didn't have to mean anything.
And it didn't, because he would have said more if it was more than that.
He did not have anything else to say except
she called me another man's name. And then somebody said, yeah, but he tied that to her cheating like 10 years ago. Exactly. How did you correlate the two? And even if you did correlate it in your mind, that's something you just, okay, she called me another man's name. If I hear this name again, let me remember this name. And then that's it. And you move on and you just like, oh, for real? And that's it. He cussed her out. He said, what he said? He said, oh, you can get the out.
I wanted her to
you can get
out of the apartment that neither of us pay for. Sir, you don't pay for this apartment. Married at First Sight does. And he is a punk ass bitch for locking her out the house. Period.
He's a punk, period. And then didn't even stand on it, then lied and acted like to the guys it was an accident, and then told her, oh, you know, I put, who puts a dead ball on the thing when he's not in the house?
And then he was like, y'all were outside talking to the producer. She was outside talking
to the producer.
Brittany, the producer.
Walked her outside and was talking for a little while longer. You got mad and you locked her out. You are the opposite of this macho man you try to act like you are.
Yep.
Because you will be protecting your wife and not locking her outside.
That was so nasty. It was
so nasty.
And he deserved everything she said to him, which was, you will not talk to me like that. My parents raised me better than that. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not going to be married to you.
Yes, and Ryan read him a little bit. Ryan was like, how do you accidentally lock a dead boat?
And man, when they went to go play golf and Jose told his little half-ass, lion-ass.
All of them was like,
they were like, we're not getting all the details. There's pieces missing. The math ain't mathing. And she called you another name, and then you locked her out the house. And no, well, he didn't even say that. They was like, you call her, she called you another name, and then she said she wanted a divorce. We're missing something.
Somebody said, imagine if that was his house. Exactly. It would have been worse. Do not move into his house, Rachel.
She cannot trust him. And that's why she went and read that letter to him, because she can no longer trust him. He locked her out of a apartment that his name is not on the lease of. What?
I'm just reading these comments. Somebody said, what y'all talking about in the comments? Tam said, I'd have quit the marriage too. He's a stranger, a tiny stranger. And Halissa, you're right. There's no way she can trust him. He would probably cancel her credit card and leave her stranded when she was out of town if he got mad at her. That's ridiculous. Yes, it's crazy. Wait, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I had to end the phone call.
Okay.
Sorry. No, but that's the reason why she decided to read him that story that she thought of 2 weeks ago. And I get him saying like, oh, why wouldn't you say that now? Why? Because it's very relevant. Because exactly what my concerns were, she was journaling. And when she was journaling about whatever she wanted to say and writing him this letter or talking to him without talking to him, she's trying to make it through this marriage. She's trying.
Anyway, yeah, Gil called him out to his face. Gil, now one thing about Gil gonna call somebody out.
It don't add up. He gonna tell you.
It was like, that don't make sense. And then Ryan was like, I just gotta say this. She called you Johnny. She probably was thinking about this Johnny. Maybe it was something. It's and he's like, well, maybe I overreact. No, Jose, you did more than overreact. You told her to get the F out. I promise you, I do not believe in violence. But honestly, if she would have backhanded him, I would have been like that was a reaction.
Even the next day, he was laughing and smirking and smiling. What's funny? You think locking me out of the house is funny?
Yeah, and that's why she said, I don't trust you and I can't be in this marriage. I hope she stands on that, because she's right. She's absolutely right. So what Monique said, just like Michaela's issue is fundamental, so is Jose's. People don't understand how important a person reacts changes how you look at them. Yep.
That is true. And that is true. And I do think
she won't be turned off. Like, you keep doing this weird stuff. You already are controlling. She already had that in your mind. She can't have any ideas of her own. Then she makes a mistake. That's a mistake. That was an honest mistake that she made. And you tell her to get the F out and leave and pack her stuff. And then the next day you're not remorseful. So that means something is really wrong with you.
You knew she walked out to talk to the producer and you locked her out of the house. Like, I just think that's
Y'all, we could go on and on about this, but we got to get off of this live, honey.
Wanted to keep the review about as long as a regular review is. So
yes, Lenise. She said the way he talked to her wanted him to get his ass beat by her. Brittany should have jumped him because I would have followed through. Like, who are you talking to? She said, you will not talk to me like that. And I was like, go, Rachel. But I would have been like, oh, you got the right one today. I would have packed my stuff up. I wouldn't even say nothing. I would have just packed it before he stopped.
Right. Go pack your stuff up. It's some boxes in there. Like, you a whole ass.
Oh, y'all, he's a bitch. Jose's the craziest one. It was Michaela, now it's Jose.
And he was being very zesty. He was mad and he was doing all of this. He was giving a lot. Oh. All
right, time to end the live. Bye, y'all. See y'all next week.
No.
Bye.
All right.